Hey y'all, today I want to talk about the brand new movie that just came out on Shudder, the TV channel, streaming service. This movie is called The Ugly Stepsister. Wow, this movie was great. I loved it. It was a great horror film. This is what, a Disney remake should be like, a live action sort of remake. Not that horrible Snow White thing, but like this movie was freaking cool. It was very gory, very it was just a great horror movie. I was really impressed. It kept me riveted all the way through, from the very beginning to the end. I didn't even want to take a break. I needed to see what would happen, even though of course it's based on the original fairy tale, and everyone sort of knows the story of Cinderella. I wanted to see what this movie would do and how it would twist the story, and of course it does. It does twist the story. Yeah, it was a great remake. In fact, it may even be more true to the original fairy tale. So if you've seen the trailer, the big thing that they show, real big, and it's even on the poster, is um, the slipper, and next to the slipper, a foot and a giant blade. So you get the idea that the ugly stepsister wants to, win the heart of the prince in the fairy tale before Cinderella gets the chance to win him, obviously. And she's willing to apparently do anything to fit into that glass slipper, even if it includes modifying her foot or both feet. So it's crazy. Okay, this movie is crazy. It's bloody. There's a lot of, if you're into body horror, this is great for you. There's a whole lot of it in this one. It's a very European film. I don't see that anything like this would be made in America. In some ways, it kind of reminded me of like The Substance, that movie, also a foreign film, kind of, if you count Coralie Fargier as a French director, in that it was about someone willing to do anything to become beautiful, the so-called ugly stepsister. And she was an excellent actress, by the way. I'm not really sure who she is. She's maybe Swedish. I think most of the movie is Swedish. But it was definitely different. She was a great actress. Her name is Elvira. And this movie actually made you feel empathy towards the ugly stepsisters, and view Cinderella as a sort of villainess, which is very bizarre. You would never see that in a Disney version of this. It would always be Cinderella's beautiful and everyone loves her and the animals love her, and so she deserves to win. But this movie is not like that at all. This movie wants you to feel that the stepsister, she's been called ugly her whole life. The movie starts out with her father like throwing cake in her face and everyone laughing, because I guess she's just used to being ugly and someone worthy of having cake thrown in their face, which is awful, But as the movie progresses, you see that she wants a different life, and she's willing to do just about anything to get there. So yeah, she does a lot of crazy things to herself in this. Probably the most integral part of the story is that it involves a tapeworm, which was, I think some women actually did do that in the olden days to get thin, and I don't know, I sort of felt like maybe I could use a tapeworm. I'm a little chunkier these days than I used to be. And, so I was watching this movie. I had ordered some Chipotle, and it was very good. But this movie can be pretty disgusting, so I recommend if you're going to eat anything, do it early in the movie, real early. You've got about 5 minutes to finish your food because it gets crazy right away. Um, so yeah, it's a series of, you know, brutal, gory body horror transformations, culminating, of course, as the poster suggests and the trailer kind of shows, in the modification of the foot to fit the glass slipper. It's pretty awful. Yeah, one of the things that they say in the movie is it's what's inside that counts, you know, that sort of thing. So I know that, you know, I'm probably in here. There's a handsome Disney prince. I imagine that that's probably true. Um, but I'm not willing to, you know, chop anything off to believe that. But yeah, overall, it was a very well done movie. Great acting. I really liked the mom in the movie, the stepmother. She sort of looked like a scary Nicole Kidman, which is another way of saying she looked like Nicole Kidman. And yeah, she was pretty good. The Cinderella character, whose name is actually Agnes in this one, Agnes Angelica, angel-like, I guess. She was pretty good, but of course the standout was the main one, Elvira, whoever played that. She was just terrific. She carried this movie, and you know, her raw screams and, you know, her tears and just everything was very powerfully portrayed and very well done. The movie had a great sort of synthesizer soundtrack, well written, well directed. It just never stopped, and it was a real horror film with plenty of blood and just absolutely disgusting things that will probably stick in your mind for a long time. So I highly recommend this movie. If you don't have Shudder, just subscribe to it now and get to this movie as soon as possible, because this movie is insane. It's horrific. It's wonderful. I absolutely loved it. This is the best movie I've seen in quite some time. The Ugly Stepsister, the Duck definitely highly recommends. Go check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.